Royal Angelo and the UnOrdinary Kids. At the children's orphanage, the science-obsessed kid Milo is tinkering in his room while the other children are asleep late at night. He mutters to himself and is placing one chemical into another using a dropper. Distracted, he doesn't notice the chain reaction until it's too late. The chemical explodes, covering his mask in soot and waking the others.
Milo, you can't be serious. You're doing this again?
Milo, go to bed.
Going back to sleep, no one notices the gas slowly filling the orphanage. Royal Angelo is in class doodling on his paper. He draws 2 robots on his sheet. Slowly, as he is drawing the second robot, the first robot lifts from the page. Royal then notices it, and he gasps as a tiny robot begins to walk on his desk. Not believing his eyes, he finishes up the second robot, curious to see if it happens again. To his amazement, it also lifts from the page. He watches them walk on the paper and doesn't notice the teacher approaching him. The teacher, thinking he brought toys to school, says,
"This isn't recess, Royal Angelo. You need to put your toys away now."
He quickly shoves them into his backpack. On his way home from school, Royal examines the robot when he sees a little boy begging in the street. Looking at his robot, he thinks,
I wonder if...
and takes out a pencil and paper from his bag, drawing clothes and food. He drops the paper beside the child. The kid, who is looking at the ground, notices a shadow covering him. He looks up to see a heaping pile of canned food and clothes. While his eyes widen in amazement, Royal runs away into the background, excited about his new abilities. At home, the children are talking excitedly about their new powers. The TV is running in the background. As Ruth talks about her ability, an ad on the TV about cancer patients and hair donations for St. Jenny's Children's Hospital catches his eye. He doesn't give it much thought until later that night when he decides he can use his ability to donate to the hospital. He spends the whole night drawing donations of hair and wigs. The next evening, the TV spews out,
"Massive donation was given to St. Jenny's Children's Hospital. Who is the miracle worker? The world wants to know."
So that's why you stayed up so late last night.
You're always hogging the spotlight. Next one you have to do with us.
Yeah, man, don't leave us out.
Okay, I won't.
What about the homeless shelter?
What about it?
Oh yeah, it's old. Didn't they want to rebuild it?
So let's help.
Woo, yeah.
Royal looks around the room and sees the determination on his friends' faces and a pleased smile on Milo's. A week later, using their abilities, the children have been donating to the rebuilding of the homeless shelter. When suddenly, they lose their powers. Discouraged, they lounge in the middle of the living room. Royal remembers how happy they were when they had their powers. Ruth helping the kids in the garden. Milo having fun helping the other volunteers to fix the TV. Lyrics singing and performing at the fundraisers. Nyla patching clothes for the homeless, and himself helping fellow volunteers to create banners. When suddenly he realizes something important.
Guys, we can still help.
How? We don't have our powers anymore.
Yeah, but we weren't using them.
I remember using them.
I don't get it.
Well, we were only using them for donation. We weren't really using them for anything else.
Well, I helped out with sewing, I guess.
Yeah, and Lyric helped out with that fundraiser. We didn't need our powers to do that.
So you're saying we should help out normally?
Yeah, why not?
The next day, the children return to the homeless shelter where their friends there say they miss them. After spending the day helping out, they realize they don't need their powers. A couple of weeks later, they successfully reopen the homeless shelter, and the children are left with a sense of pride knowing they made such a great accomplishment.
You made something without blowing it up, Milo.
Hey!
The end.